What's up, YouTube? It is your boy Killer Cam be killing it. Welcome back to the Killer Squad. Boy, oh boy, we got some news today, guys. So Hugh Jackman is coming back as Wolverine. I knew this would happen, but let's go ahead and get right into it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And Hugh Jackman sent the internet into a spiraling frenzy yesterday, posting to his Instagram story photos that are about Wolverine and a photo with Kevin Feige, which is very suggestive and hints that we could possibly be seeing a return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in the MCU. Could this actually be happening? Is it too good to be true, or is it just a lot smaller than we think it is? The role that he would play in the MCU, at least. Not him returning. This is obviously humongous news. Something that fans really thought wouldn't happen. Hugh Jackman stated that he put his claws up with Logan. However, there is a way that he could return to the MCU, a way that I think he would actually find very appealing. And I actually do think this could be suggestive of his possible return as Wolverine, a brief return as Wolverine in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'll explain it all in this video. But if you love Marvel and want to stay up to date on all the latest news, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So let's start off by talking about the two photos that he shared to his Instagram story. A lot of people know digital artist Boss Logic. He does a lot of superhero fan work for Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and Disney and Marvel Studios actually hire him to work on films, to do some arts on some films. For example, he did the poster for Spider-Man Far From Home. Well, a couple of days ago, Boss Logic posted to Instagram a picture of Wolverine's claws, just a forearm and claws. And as the caption, he simply put 3. However, it's most likely just representing the claws and not the actual number. And at first, this was just a really cool post. Obviously, Boss Logic has some connections because he works directly with people at Disney and Marvel Studios, and some people thought this could be a little suggestive, but most people brushed it off thinking that it wouldn't really mean anything. However, that quickly changed when a couple of events happened. The first event was that Hugh Jackman himself actually posted to his story on his official Instagram, Boss Logic's post, the picture. Then things started to get a little crazy, and the speculation kind of began to run a little bit. But still, Hugh Jackman could simply appreciate the art that Boss Logic did and put that on his story. After all, Boss Logic has done art with Hugh Jackman in it before, most notably the picture with Jake Gyllenhaal, Hugh Jackman, and Ryan Reynolds. So Hugh Jackman knows who he is, so he could have simply been sharing the photo that he liked. However, shortly after is when things started to get really crazy. Hugh Jackman, out of nowhere, put a picture on a story of him and Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige. And this is when the entire internet pretty much freaked out. I know I personally did because I know that some things were being talked about behind the scenes not too long ago. Now, real quick, I want to address something that people think Hugh could have been talking about when posting these pictures. And that is the passing of the director Richard Donner, the director of the Superman films, the Lethal Weapons franchise, and the Goonies, and a lot of other things. He sadly passed away yesterday, and he will be missed, and a lot of people thought that this could actually be a tribute to him. Donner was a key part in bringing the very first X-Men film to life in 2000. But here's the problem with this theory. Boss Logic posted this photo before Richard Donner passed away, and Hugh Jackman put it on his story before Richard Donner passed away, so it couldn't be a tribute to him. He had not yet passed away. And even if he did, why would Hugh immediately post a picture of him and Kevin Feige? That doesn't really make sense either. Kevin Feige kind of got his start in the X-Men films thanks to Richard Donner's wife, Lauren. So again, odd to post a picture of Feige and not Richard Donner or his wife. Not to mention, he actually did post a little tribute to Donner. He posted a screenshot of a note that he took on his phone saying that today we lost one of the most talented, courageous, cheeky, funny, loyal directors to have ever made movies, Richard Donner. Deb and I lost a great friend. Lauren, we send all of our love to you and the whole family and the hundreds of dogs he rescued. Your movies, stories, your laugh will always be in our hearts. A very touching tribute to somebody who clearly meant a great deal to him. But that's exactly what this post is, a tribute to him. The other posts were not that. So for those who are saying the Wolverine photo and the Feige photo are related to Richard Donner, I'm sorry, I just really don't think so. I actually think this is related to the Multiverse of Madness. Now, a while ago, we're not actually sure when, but we believe it to be November of 2020, Kevin Feige actually called to meet with and met with Patrick Stewart, Professor Xavier himself. And they had a talk about Patrick Stewart returning to play Professor Xavier in the MCU. And for those who may not have heard about this, and if you're wondering how legitimate it is, it's 100% legitimate. Patrick Stewart actually came out and told everybody what they talked about. And here's what he said, and this is what he said in January of 2021. I met with Kevin Feige a couple of months ago, and we had long conversations. And there have been moves and suggestions which include Charles Xavier. Here's the problem. If we had not made Logan, then yes, I would probably be ready to get into that wheelchair one more time and be Charles Xavier. But Logan changed all that. So he blatantly said that he talked to Kevin Feige about returning as Charles Xavier, however he said no. Spoiler alert for Logan, if you haven't seen the film, he dies in Logan. And he mentioned before that when the character died, he kind of laid it to rest. He made peace with it and he moved on. And Hugh Jackman kind of said that he felt the same way, and spoiler alert again for Logan, he also died in the film. However, Kevin Feige and Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman are incredibly good friends. They all worked on X-Men together. They all have known each other for a very long time. And now the multiverse exists. Now it is possible for Hugh Jackman to return and Patrick Stewart to return without undoing what happened in Logan. And quick side note, Patrick Stewart, as amazing as he is, this could all just kind of be a ruse from him. Maybe he really is returning and he's simply trying to throw us off. Because we have heard reports in the past that Kevin Feige actually really wants some original X-Men actors to make appearances in these multiverse films. In fact, when he posted this to Instagram today and everybody started to freak out, some people started to speak up and say, hey, well, we know Kevin Feige wanted Hugh Jackman to return, even if for a really quick cameo. Maybe he is returning. Even Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer tweeted, as I told you a while back, Jackman's Wolverine is on Feige's wish list for his MCU multiverse. And again, this was talked about a while ago. And it looks like he might actually be returning. Like, this could happen. And it's definitely going to be for a small role. He's not going to return as the Wolverine with the new X-Men. He's going to return in a multiversal film, most likely Multiverse of Madness, for a quick little cameo. Now, I'd love to tell you that he's actually going to pop up in a Deadpool movie, and he very well still could because Ryan Reynolds is so dang charming, and of course they're best friends / enemies. But Ryan Reynolds could definitely talk him into making a Deadpool 3 cameo for sure. But the biggest problem with Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine before was he didn't want to undo what he did in Logan, his death. He said that he said goodbye to the character then, didn't want to pick it back up and go for plenty of more years. Obviously, training to be Wolverine is insane and a lot of work. But here's the deal. In the multiverse, he doesn't have to undo anything. It's a different version of Logan. The same with Patrick Stewart and Professor X. Making a cameo in a multiverse film as an alternate version of yourself, or a variant, if you will, doesn't undo anything at all, but fans would absolutely freak out. And so far, what we've heard about Multiverse of Madness, it is going to be an incredible movie, and fans are going to freak out. If there was a movie where we were going to see Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart return as Wolverine and Professor Xavier, it is definitely Multiverse of Madness. And hopefully this is an actual tease from Hugh Jackman. We'll have to wait and see, but I am definitely hopeful at this point that he'll make an appearance in Multiverse of Madness. However, let me know what you think about this. How excited would you be if Hugh Jackman returned as Wolverine, even if it was just for a quick minute cameo? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
Man, great video. So, it looked like Hugh Jackman is coming back. Yeah, guys, so we can go ahead and stop it right there. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know, would you like to see Wolverine come back? I would love to see Wolverine come back. Hope you enjoyed this video, Killer Squad. Peace.